I'm in Salad, and I saw Free Guy. It's directed by Shawn Levy, and it's starring Ryan Reynolds. Shawn Levy's the same director who did The Adam Project. This movie was very successful, so he was able to do The Adam Project the following year. Whew, windy, 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 windy. Wow, it's cold. All right. The movie starts with, you see this guy. His name is Guy. His name is literally Guy. He's that much of a guy. And he's a bank teller, right? He's just like an NPC. He's just casually strolling about, you know? And this is in a world where you got so much death and dying and everything's happening around him. And he's just as happy he can be. He has the usual, oh no, phone stand, please don't fall over, thank you. And he has this usual coffee, and he has his usual routine, and he's in a loop, right? Until his bank gets robbed, and he sees this girl, right? He saw this girl once upon passing, was like, woo, look at her, auga. And then she sees him again at this bank, and he's like, all right, I gotta stop this robbery, right? So I'm gonna take this guy's sunglasses. And the guy loses his sunglasses in kind of a pussy way, although he does fight, and then he gives up. And I'm like, okay, understand. Oh, well, that is weird to me, but it is a game. I'll accept it. And then he has glasses on, and he's entering a whole new world. And it's pretty great. Whoo, 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 fuck, it's cold and windy. All right, let's keep going. Then, guess what? That girl is actually a designer, a code designer. It's more specifically, she wants evidence into finding that her code was used to fund this really big game. This very big game is called Free Life. Free Life? I know that's the game that she has in the end is Free Life. I'm like, oh, okay. Guy really has the nerve to speak up to this girl in sunglasses, the sunglasses girl. And Buddy, which is his best friend, is telling him, hey, you can't just talk to sunglasses. And he's like, why not? And so he does it. And then, guess what happens? She's like, I thought you were just an NPC. Where are your sunglasses? And right? And I'm just like, okay, cool. She's talking, she's engaging, that's cool to know. And then what's even cooler is how they show that there's a difference between this game and the real world, because it's already pretty established early on that, oh, this is a game. And then you cut to when one of the characters dies, and then you see her, like, her actual person in the real world interact. And you get this villain guy, his name, Anton is his name. Anton is the worst. He literally is just looking at numbers and stats and whatnot. His reason for creating a sequel to this game is because it'll create more money. And I mean, he is correct, but why not just build onto your pre-established game, which seems like an open world game, and just add on stuff. Make people buy things for customization. That's what Fortnite does. You gotta buy skins and like cool guns and whatnot in Fortnite. I mean, you don't have to buy the guns, but you gotta buy the skins and like other stuff. And that's how they make most of their money. Anyway, I already hate this bad guy. He's a very hateable character. Why would anyone support him? But there's the guy, his name is, it's the friend of the girl that's playing the game, that's trying to get all the answers. Also, the girl in the game, she's trying to steal this code to actually see, okay, this is where my shit is in the game, because in the movie, it's shown that there is a wall that separates everything, right? But the wall actually extends There's some more stuff behind that wall, but it's like an end of the map wall. So that's why no one knows that is there except for her, and she's trying to have someone go to the end of that map and show it. So that's what the mission is now. You got Guy, and what's funny, I like seeing all the real world celebrities that they brought in to talk about Guy. And it's like, they brought Pokimane, Jacksepticeye, a couple other streamers that I didn't know. They brought Ninja, I think. It was just fun listening to their commentary. Oh no, wind! No, it's not where I wanted the wind to go. Don't go into the mic, please. All right. Fuck, it's cold. Huh? Man, I just forgot where I was. God damn it. Okay. I liked seeing how those real-world celebrities reacted in this environment that the movie has created for them. They get to react. They're like, oh, they're talking about Guy, like some NPC blue guy. He's like some like really high-ranking guy, which what's his name? His name's Guy. Okay, Guy, when he has the sunglasses, he just wants to level up. So he gets to a really high level, and that gains the attention of a lot of people, and people are like, who is this guy? And it takes the movie a little bit while to figure out, okay, this guy is actually just an NPC. I personally think that the pacing of that knowledge within the universe, the reveal of it, should have been a little bit faster. It was a little bit obvious to me, just seeing like the screen is like, but there is no player. But it's like, but I see a player there. Therefore, he must be some involved NPC, which they do eventually get to. At least they don't like leave out that information that, okay, they're finally realizing this. At least they learn, at least. There are other movies where they don't just learn. And it's the worst movie for it. You gotta have the characters learn. How does Anton react to this information of this blue shirt guy, NPC skin, and he's just like, hey, that's illegal, that shouldn't be it. Reboot the game, reboot the servers, reboot everything. Turn it off and turn it back on again. Reboot his code. And that's what he does a lot, actually. His response to a lot of things is progressively more and more insane. Like, at the beginning, his response to this whole thing is just like, all right, cool, let's just delete her account, all right? And then he's like, towards the end, he's like, let's delete everyone's account, let's delete the whole server to start from scratch. Actually, I'm going to pickaxe the server. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just like, wow, your character is a lot more flanderized the more movie takes place. It's funny, I like it. It makes me really just hate him so much. Let's go back to the chick. All right, the chick and her real world friends, a guy who works for the company that has the video game. And the guy is helping her. He initially denies at first, but he helps her, and he's like, all right, let's do this. Here's some information I can give. I can modify this ramp so when you're being squished together in a car that y'all can escape. Eventually, the Anton figures out who this is and then fires him promptly. It's fun. It's fun. He's like, I still got access to the servers though. And so, right about the point when they kiss, it's fun. They do kiss. The character, okay, in real life, the character, the person of the character of the chick, she tells the real guy, the computer guy, hey, I let him kiss me, and he's the person to finally break the news that, hey, actually, this is an NPC, and this is an involved NPC, and this is where the need to get the code so she can serve a lawsuit, or presumed to serve a lawsuit. She doesn't say it explicitly that I remember, but I could be wrong. And she needs Guy's help. They're going to the edge of the map. And the one last final help from the guy is that, hey, you gotta cross this bridge. He was given some new inspiration as well, because Anton's one of his moves was to restart the server, and so it restarted his programming, but his data is still there. So the group being those two people, decide, hey, let's just break the loop. And so it is. They do break the loop, including a kiss from her, and it's like all this fancy animation, and I'm like, oh, that's really floral. That's really floral. When I say floral, not like actually flowers, but like kind of fairy dusty and fantasy. Fantasy is probably the closest I'd describe to that. And so, back to the bridge. They're running on the bridge. Buddy's also running on the bridge, because he's like, I'm happy, I could do what I want. He broke the cycle too. Not happy, but Buddy really wants to help Guy with his mission. And there's this guy named Dude who has the best dialogue, all right? I feel like Dude is the face of Ryan Reynolds and the body of John Cena. And Dude, his dialogue's great. He's like, I will pummel you. Adjective. Just says adjective. Insert noun. Catchphrase. His introduction is catchphrase. But he's like a beast. And it's hard for Guy to punch him out. But you got the server's resetting now. They're rebooting the server. They're deleting all the server, actually. And it's just... this is ridiculous, alright. Back to Buddy, alright? This is a little bit, what is it called? Scatterbrained. This review is a little bit scatterbrained. Let's go back to Buddy. Buddy and Ryan are separated because the bridge broke. Ryan's like standing there. Buddy's like standing there. They're having their goodbyes or whatever. And then Buddy just dissolves. But Guy doesn't. It takes a few minutes. And I'm like, come on! There was a time frame. Come on! What are you doing? What are you doing? Man, okay, that just frustrated me. But that's okay, because they reach the edge of the map. And hey, the programming's there. Hey, congratulations. And so, in IRL, the girl and the guy, Anton, have a mutual agreement. Anton can have all the profits from all the sequels that he wants to make, but she'll be able to keep the game. Yeah. Now she keeps the game. That's the end of the movie. And I liked the premise of that plot. I was really excited. I was like, wow, this is kind of like Ready Player One. I like the book of Ready Player One. I've never read Ready Player One. That's really the only comparison that I have. But nevertheless, I really enjoyed it. The jokes were funny. I liked some of the character dialogue. Some of it was a little bit cheeky. Cheesy. One of those words. And it was pretty good. I liked the movie. It was a good movie to watch once before having to have an excuse to show someone to watch it again for me. I wouldn't watch this twice, but it was a good movie. I would give this movie a good 7 out of 10. Just because I really liked the premise, the graphics were nice, funny dialogue, haha, but I don't particularly enjoy the romance of it all. It just seemed too caked in romance, but I'm not really a romance fan, so take that with a grain of salt. If you enjoyed this review and you're looking for more content, I have some more content. It's some daily vlogs, some vlogging I'm doing at patreon.com/ASEPresents for $3 a month. You can get that stuff. And now that we're done with that promo, next time, a mint salad saw.